What's up, guys? Mighty Mongol here, or Ben. Today we have another Man Rants without doing any research. Today's topic, the Chinese Lychee and Dog Festival. Now, I only know the title. The title actually has meat in it, so I assume that the Chinese are eating dog meat and lychee, which I've had lychee before, and lychee is really good. It's actually one of my favorite fruits, and I don't know how it pairs well with dog meat, but we'll just see. I literally know nothing. I will disclaim this. This video is satire. I don't accept. It's true that I don't know flying thing about this. Dog eating is primarily Asian. It's a very terrible stereotype, but stereotypes come from somewhere. Am I right, guys? So it was probably true. I believe it was in the 14th century when dogs were introduced to northeastern China, and they spread like wildfire because the dogs escaped their cages when they were brought from the ships and stuff and multiplied like rabbits, just not as much. And so it became a problem. Like, people were getting bitten. Rabies epidemic of, I believe, 1707. The huge rabies epidemic really sucked because, like, if you have rabies and you don't get it treated, you're dead. And you might also kill some people. And that's actually where werewolves came from, is people saw dogs biting humans and the humans getting rabies, and they acted like wild animals, so people thought they were turning into a wolf or a dog or whatever, and so they thought, oh, werewolf. And that's where the legend of werewolves came, because there were people on rabies do some sick stuff. Not like sick as in cool, but like sick as in horrific and horrible. You ever think about how horrific and horrible are the same thing, but terrific and terrible are like completely opposite? Anyways, so yeah, basically by 1723, I believe, I don't know exactly the exact dates, but dogs were rampant across Asia and stuff, and it was the Chinese who started just killing them, and instead of just being like burying them or burying them or burning them, a young Chinese lad by the name of Ying Lao, he decided to just sample the meat. So he killed one corgi, one terrier, one poodle, one labradoodle, one labrador, one retriever, one Great Dane, one Saint Bernard, and I believe a Shih Tzu, and then sampled all the meat, and he found out that Shih Tzus have the best tasting meat. And so he spread it to all his friends, opened up a restaurant called Nihao Konnichiwa Yangon Bong, which I think Konnichiwa is Japanese, so it was probably Konnichiwa, and that means eat dog. And so the tradition of Chinese people eating dog arises, and it catches on like wildfire. People are like, hey, we have a use for these dogs, and they're eating it up. And then they tried lychee with the dog, and they were like, oh, that fruit really brings out the flavor of the meat, and the flavor of the meat really brings out the fruitiness of the lychee. So they had it, and it was a traditional cuisine. And then it was I said 17, 14, and about in the 16th century, they decided to make it their national dish. So the 16th century, and then they were like, to heck with it, we're gonna make a whole festival around lychee and dog meat. And so it became a thing. They celebrate it widely. It's now across so many Asian countries. It's mainly in Chinese, and so everyone from Asia gathers around, and they just come together as a family. As a family to just eat good dog meat, Shih Tzu preferably, but Labradoodle is second best, so they'll go with that sometimes. And yeah, it's best to get fresh lychee instead of canned lychee, but canned is still super good. And and then lesser known fact is that there is also a mango and cat festival. It is only celebrated in the southwestern parts of China because cat is a little more gamey than dog meat. And mangoes are very rare in Asia, so they have to import them, and it's a more expensive festival, so that's why it's not as popular. So, yeah, and now we to get to the ethics of it. Is it ethical to kill the sweet, poor little dogs and cats for enjoyment of food? Well, you have to look at this. Well, now we have domestic dogs and domestic cats, and they are cute, and we wouldn't dare harm them. But back then, they were pests. They had mange, they had rabies, they were just all over the place and stuff. And so it made sense to eradicate some of them. And so they had to kill them, and it just happened that their meat tasted good. So I think that in context, it's okay to eat dog meat and cat meat as long as they're not domestic somebody's pets. But I won't fault anyone if their dog is being a little bitch. Sorry, that came out wrong. I should not swear. This is a Christian channel. A little annoying jerk. Well, technically, if it's a female dog, I'm good. So let's just say it's a female dog. It's being that, you know, you can just eat it. You know, just eat it. We should honestly normalize it in America. Like lychee, good. That's normalized in America as a good fruit. Why not dogs and cats? Like, I get, like, dude, kitten cuisine. That could be the name of a restaurant. Obviously, they don't serve kittens, but, like, it would just be perfect. It's a perfect name. Don't at me. Perfect name. Or, let's see. The Pupper Kitchen. Pupper Kitchen. The Dalmatian Eating Station. You know, just things like that. Normalize it, guys. Come on. And yeah, anyways, so yes, it is ethical to eat these cute creatures. Would I? No. But if I was in China and someone offered it to me, I would partake because that's rude to them if I don't. So, you know, exactly. And so, now the thing is in China, there are some things like ubashino or whatever it's called. Those are off limits because they're cute, and I love them, and I'm glad that they aren't killable and stuff because they deserve better. They've been oppressed ever since Doge came out. Actually, is Doge an ubashino? We'll just say he is. Since Doge came out, they have been made a laughing stock. They are a meme, and they deserve better. They deserve their own palaces. They deserve to take over the world. Now, let's see. What is the dog I would eat the most? Like, the one I hate. Let's just say, Chihuahuas. Nobody needs Chihuahuas. They're little rats. They're literally, them and a rodent are the same thing, just different genetics. So, I wouldn't eat it. It'd be insulting my palate to eat a stupid Chihuahua. So, no thank you. I'm going to just take it like this, hold it right here, boom! Get him. Right there. Dead. Punted off a cliff where he falls for about 1,000 feet, splats on the ground, bones crack. Hate your Chihuahuas. And, yeah. But basically, the festival is pretty cool. And now you know a little bit of history. Again, I knew nothing about this subject, so all of this is BS. So, really, yeah. Now you know some fake facts, and you can tell your friends, show this video, but don't show the ending, and they'll be like, hey, let's go. Don't show the beginning, don't show the end, and, well, you're good. And, yeah, so I would gladly participate in the Chinese Lychee and Dog Festival and the Mango and Cat Festival, you know? The Chinese innovators. They got rid of their pest problem, their rabies problem, their werewolf problem, all in the same blow. Just eat the dang creatures. All right, Mighty Mongol signing out.